I rise in enthusiastic support of the amendment before us today, and let me tell you a few reasons why. As many of you know, I represent 3 small towns in the lower Naugatuck River Valley. They're very middle-class communities. They're very representative of many of our constituents here. And many of my constituents are pretty much the average Connecticut resident. Very hardworking. They pay their taxes. They do what they need to do to get by. But unfortunately, right now, they are just getting by. The other day, I actually had the opportunity to spend some time with a couple of friends at their baby's baptism. And I was talking to a friend of mine. She just gave birth in December. And I said, how much does it cost for diapers on a yearly basis? My wife and I, being relatively young, were thinking about the same thing. And she told me. And as I was driving here today, I realized that the underlying proposal, the tax increases that have been proposed tonight, equal about a year's worth of diapers. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a struggling middle-class family just trying to get by with a newborn baby. The amendment before us gives us an opportunity to prevent that burden from being placed on their shoulders. I thought about my sister, who just recently got engaged. I thought about the fact that if the underlying proposal passes, as opposed to this amendment, she might have to run out and buy her wedding dress a year early to avoid the luxury tax that we're going to place on that item. And the fact that her wedding reception next year is going to cost hundreds of dollars more. I just got married a couple years ago, and I can tell you right now, getting married is not cheap these days. We're making it more difficult for people to live their lives. A good friend of mine owns a landscaping business, much like Representative Cafero's friend, I'm sure. And he told me that if these proposed tax increases go through, he's not going to be able to hire the 2 individuals that he normally hires for the summer because he won't be able to afford it. We've already talked, I know a number of the members of this chamber have talked about the gross receipts tax. This proposal caps it. That's important. That's important to regular people, small business owners. This gentleman, he's got a sole proprietorship, and he's having trouble hiring part-time help to take care of his business. And finally, I thought about the seniors that I met in Beacon Falls a few weeks ago who are living on fixed incomes. To buy food, they're struggling. To buy prescription medicine, they're struggling. If we increase taxes, sales taxes, if we don't cap that gross receipts tax, if we start taxing non-prescription drugs, we're going to make it harder for them to live. This amendment gives us an opportunity to avoid that. As I thought about these people, it kind of shored up my resolve that I was actually going to talk on the bill. I know that as freshmen, a lot of times we're supposed to be seen and not heard, and I understand that sentiment. But the fact of the matter is I represent 24,000 plus people in my district, and this is going to severely affect their lives for the next few years, probably even longer. So I really believe that this is an opportunity for us to take positive action on behalf of our constituents, on behalf of the people that elected us to be here, and on behalf of the people that we need to fight for. This is not shredding the safety net. This is doing things responsibly. And that's why I will support this amendment wholeheartedly, and I urge my counterparts to do the same. Thank you.